Hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone, to a new video starting Mr. Mijares. We're going to go over week 25 study guide for the benchmark. In this video, we're going to go over 1 through 5. There are going to be 4 videos consisting of 5 questions, and so that's going to be a total of 20. This video is going to have 1 through 5. First video going over this review. If you weren't here, I have it in Cami, and you can follow along there. Now, number 1, George started a coin collection. His dad gave him 75 coins. Le dio 75 monedas. Each month, let me just highlight very quickly, gave him 75 coins. Each month, he will add 20 coins. Each month, and then add 20 coins. Ahora, which equation can be used to find y? Tell me why ain't nothing but dependent. Tell me why ain't nothing but the total. Now, y is always the total, always dependent. I just want to make sure you remember that. Total number of coins in George's collection after X months. That's independent of you. Bueno, ahora, if we go back to the question, George started a coin collection. His dad gave him 75 coins. Each month, he will add 20 coins. Ahora, what's the key word that lets me know right here what we're going to do? Each. Correct. What are we going to do with each? Multiply. That means, what are we multiplying by? 20. Exactamente. Now, in 1 month is 20 coins. How much is 2 months? 40. How much is 3 months? 60. 4 months? 80. Okay, so you get the idea. You get the picture. You are multiplying. There is a pattern of 20 coins each month. The each is very important. Ahora, that means we're multiplying by 20. So your formula should start looking like this. Y equals 20x. Which one of them can I eliminate right away? La A y la C. It might be B, might be D. We don't know. In one of them, we're adding 75, and one of them we're subtracting 75. Ahora, his dad gave him 75 coins. If his dad gave him 75 coins, what do you think we're going to do? Are we going to add 75 coins? Or are we going to subtract 75 coins? We're going to add. Why, sir? Well, if we were going to subtract, in this problem, that would say his dad asked for 75 coins, right? But in this case, no, his dad gave him. Gave, what does that mean? He's going to have more plus 75 coins, 20x plus 75. Now, we write the slope-intercept point formula first so that we can see what each of them are. Y equals 20x plus 75. Eso es tu respuesta. That is your answer. Now, continuing on to number 2. A building has a height of 125 meters. Tiene una altura de 125 metros. A building. So let me just draw a little building right here. Windows. And that's an excellent building, right? Vámonos. Now, height of 125 meters. and a length of 80 meters. Ahora, a length, I would do it a different color. It's two different things. 80 meters. On a scale drawing, so someone in their notebook, maybe, they did a drawing of the building. But it is a drawing, so it's going to be a slightly smaller than the building. Now, the scale drawing of the building, the height is 25 meters. Now, what color did we do the height? Blue, okay. So it's going to be blue as well. 25 centímetros, I'm sorry. Ahora, what is the length of the building on the scale drawing in centimeters? Ahora, what color do we do length? Yellow. Entonces aquí también vamos a hacer length. If they are giving me three numbers and I want to find the fourth one, we're comparing two things. What are we going to do? And I'm pretty sure you guessed it correctly. Good job. Batman. Ahora, the Batman, what are the two things that we are comparing? Height and length. Okay? Perfecto. Now, not my best Batman. It's a little crooked, pero no pasa nada. Just try your best. That's all I can ask for. Ahora I'm going to put it S for small, B for big. Which one is my small for the height? I think it's going to be 25, correct? Which one's my big for the height? 125. Perfecto. Now, which one's my small one for the length? Do you think it's 80 meters? My small one for the length. 80 meters. We have to remember, 80 meters, that's for the building. And we're trying to find the length of the drawing in centimeters. The length of the drawing is going to be slightly smaller than the length of the actual building. So that's going to be my small one for the length. Well, we don't know. X. Ahora, which one's my big one for the length? 80. 80. Ahora, if you want, you can also highlight the numbers. So there's a little bit of color, a little bit of visual, and you can differentiate what we did and understand por qué hicimos lo que hicimos. Ahora, is there anything that we can go 25, that can multiply 25 to get 125? What can I multiply by? 25 por 5. What I do at the top, I do where? Bottom. Entonces, ¿qué número por 5 me da 80? What number times 5 would give me 80? Well, let's see. 55 times 5, would that give me 80? I slightly doubt it. What's 5 times 5? 25. 5 times 5 again. Plus 2. Is that 80? No. Incorrect. 16 times 5. What do you think 16 times 5 is going to give me? Well, let's check. What's 5 times 6? 30. 5 times 1? Plus 3? 8. 80. Now let's just check the rest. 20 times 5. Do you think you're going to get 80? I don't think so. I think 20 times 5. 0 times 5 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. 100. This is not correct. And 64. You don't even have to do 64 because if 55 does not give you 80, 64 being larger, menos, even less. So 16 is your answer for number 2. Moving on to the next one. Alberto's monthly income is $3,200. Entonces, this right away, we're going to highlight it. Y es lo que gana in total. Is what he wins, what he earns in total. Part of Alberto's monthly budget is shown in the table. His rent, groceries, savings, car payment, utilities, this is what he pays. Ahora, but what am I going to focus on? What am I looking for? What percentage of Alberto's income is used to pay for his rent and groceries? Pues bueno, vamos a checar. How much does he pay for rent? $896. How much does he pay for groceries? $384. If they want to know what percentage of Alberto's income is used to pay for his rent and groceries, what do you think we're going to do with both of these numbers? And means, oh yeah, we're going to add. Go ahead and add them first. Plus 384. 6 plus 4? 10. What's 1 plus 9? 10. Plus 8? 18. 1 plus 8? 9 plus 3? 12. So this is what he pays. Eso es lo que paga for rent and groceries. Rent and groceries. What percentage of his income? What is his income? $3,200. So what we're going to do is we're going to do part over total, the part we're focusing on, over whatever the total is. Now the part we're focusing on is rent and groceries over the total. Rent, groceries. How much does he pay for rent and groceries again? $1,280 over how much is his income? $3,200. Perfecto. Ahora, now, what can we do with this number to find the percentage? Well, we can divide right away, but I'm going to make it even a little bit easier for you. If you have zeros at the end, you're going to eliminate how many zeros you can. There's another zero over here, but there's no zeros over here, so we can just eliminate one. So now this problem just became 1,000 times easier. Emphasis because it was 1,000 before, now it's not 1,000. So yeah, little joke. Ahora, that means vamos a dividir. Let's go ahead and divide 1,280 by, I'm sorry. 128 by 320. How many times can 320 go into 128? No cabe. That means we're going to have a decimal. And since we're looking for percentage, it's going to be good. How many times can 320 go into 1,280? Well, this is the way that I see it. How many times can 3 go into 12? And anything else, we'll just double check with the math. 4. So let's check 4. 320 times 4. If it fits, great. If it doesn't, we'll just go a little bit below that. What's 0 times 4? 0. 2 times 4? 8. And 3 times 4? 12. It fits exactly. So 320 times 4, 1,280. Y acabamos. Is this my answer? No. What do I need to do if I want a percentage? Dr. Pepper, what is this right here? A decimal. And we want a percentage. What way are we going to go? Para la derecha, to the right, if we want a percentage. How many times? 2 times. 1, 2. What do we add when we have a little blank right here? So what's my percentage? 40%, 40%. That's my answer. The dimensions of a rectangular prism are given in the net shown. When it is opened up like this is the net, right? And my rectangular prism would be looking like this. But when you open it up, it looks like this. Now, if we close it right here, si lo cierran aquí, this would be what? A square. If this would be a square right here, then what's the measurement for this one right here? If this is 3, what is this? 3 inches también. If this is 3 inches, what is this one right here? 3 inches. This one is 7 inches. This one is also 7 inches. This one is also 7 inches. And this one is also 7 inches. Also 7 inches. Ahora, if this one's 5 inches, this one is also 5 inches. ¿Qué más necesito? If this one is 3 inches, this one is also 3 inches. First, let's put the dimensions for every single one to see if we're missing anything. And first we need to find all of them so that we can find what we're looking for. What is the total surface area of the rectangular prism in square inches? Bueno, pero primero we need to find this, the same thing, the square right here. This is 3 inches. This is also 3 inches. So this is also 3 inches. This is also 5 inches. 3 inches. 5 inches. And we're done. Okay. Ahora, my total surface area. What do you think that means? The area for everything, correct. So we're going to find the area for each one individually. And then we just add them. That's what total surface area is. Now, total surface area is adding everything up. These right here and the bases. Now, I just want to tell you something very quickly. These 4, these are considered your lateral faces. If they were to ask for the lateral area, you would add these 4. You would add all of them except for the bases, not the bases. You will add all of them, but not the bases. That's what the lateral area is. That's basically it for what we learned last week. What lateral area is and what total surface area. Total, you find the total for everything. Lateral, we just find the lados, the sides, the walls for this shape, whatever you want to call them. Lateral area means you're going to find the area from these 4 by adding them. That's the lateral area. You're going to add all areas except for the bases. But when they tell you find the total surface area, you add all areas, all faces, meaning the lateral faces, lateral area plus bases. There we go. So let's go ahead and find these. Vamos a encontrar estos. Let me just erase the lines I drew without erasing everything. Ahora, there we go. How do I find the area for all of these, actually? What shape do we have? Rectangle. What's my formula for area of a rectangle? Base times height. So what you're going to do is you're going to multiply the base times the height. Right here, we're going to multiply 7 times 3. What's 7 times 3? 21 inches squared. What's 5 times 3? 15 inches squared. What's 7 times 5? 35 inches squared. 7 times 3 is 21 inches squared. 5 times 7 is 35 inches squared. And 3 times 5 is 15 inches squared. Now, once again, if they were asking for the lateral area, we wouldn't include the bases. But since they're asking for the total surface area, de todo, we're going to include the bases. So what do you think we're going to do to find the total surface area? Add all of them exactly right. Vamos a sumar todo. What's 35 plus 35 plus 21 plus 21 plus 15 plus 15? Pues vamos a checar. Let's go ahead and check. If we add them, 35 plus 35 plus 21 plus 21 plus 15 plus 15. Now, I know that 35 plus 35, that's 70. 21 plus 21, 42. And 15 plus 15, 30. Now, if you go ahead and add them normally, you will get the same answer that I am getting. I just want to make this easier for you. 70 plus 30, 100. 100 plus 42, 142 inches squared. Vámonos. This is your answer. Total surface area, add all areas, including the bases. Including. Make sure you remember that. And now moving on. Ahora, número 5. Number 5. A survey of visitors at a national park was conducted to determine the preferred activity of each visitor of the park, to the park. Each visitor chose one activity, nada más una. The survey results are shown in the table. Now we have camping, hiking trails, water sports, and biking trails. Which one's the biggest one? Camping, then hiking trails, then biking trails, then water sports. Ahora, based on this information, which prediction, we're going to predict something about the preferred activity for the next 200 visitors to the park is the most reasonable. It would be the most reasonable to think is going to happen. So let's go ahead and read these. The number of visitors who prefer water sports. How many people prefer water sports? Water sports, 14. Now, the number of visitors who prefer water sports, 14, will be 5 more than the number of visitors who prefer biking trails. How many prefer biking trails? 16. Now, do you think it's reasonable to say, 16, that if there's 200 visitors, not however many there are here. Now, if we add these, how many are there actually? Well, 28 plus 22. What's 28 plus 22? 8 plus 2, 10. 1 plus 2 plus 2, 5. And then 50 plus 14, 4 plus 0, 4. 5 plus 1, 6. And last but not least, 64 plus 16. What's 6 plus 4? 0 goes here. The 10, 1 goes here. 1 plus 6, 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. Entonces, there is a total of 80 people here. 80 people participated. Total. So if there were 200 visitors, not 80, there's going to be more of everything. Basically, everything's going to be increased. Ahora, do you think it's going to be safe to say there's going to be exactly 5 more then? When actually, the number of water sports was less. And it's saying there's going to be 5 more water sports than biking trails. What do you think about that? Nada que ver. I don't think so. Now, the number of visitors who prefer hiking trails. How many prefer hiking trails? ¿Cuántos prefieren hiking? 22. How many prefer will be 8 more than water sports? How many prefer water sports? 14. Is 22 8 more than 14? Oh, let's check. 22 minus 14. Can I subtract 4 from 2? No, I have to borrow. This becomes 1, this becomes a 12. What's 12 minus 4? 8. So yeah, it is 8. Pero, here's the thing. We're going to put a little question mark to see if there's anything else just a little bit more reasonable. The number of visitors who prefer hiking trails would be 8 more than the number of people who prefer water sports. There's 8 more than here. This is true for this amount. But when it increases, we'll talk about that just in a little bit. C, the number of visitors who prefer camping will be 15 times the number of people who prefer hiking trails. How many people prefer camping? People prefer... trying to get the... Oh, there we go. 28. 28. Will be 15 times the number of visitors who prefer hiking trails. How many hiking trails? 22. Okay. Do you think we're going to have 15 times the number that prefer camping to the number of hiking trails? I mean, there's a difference of 6 between these, but I want to say 15 times that. So, yeah, this is a little bit extreme. No. Now, D, the number of visitors who prefer camping. How many prefer camping? 28. Will be 2 times the number of visitors who prefer water sports. How many prefer water sports? 14. Ahora, is this 2 times this? Yes. 2 times 14 equals 28. So which one's going to be my answer? Bueno, here's my explanation. Let's say my next group of people is 28, double this, and double this is 56, right? This is for 160 people. Ahora, 2 times the number of visitors who prefer water sports. It doesn't necessarily have to be exactly 2 times, just as long as it's 2 times more. So, for example, if there's 28 people that prefer water sports, and there's 56 that prefer camping, there can also be 57 Is 57 at least 2 times more than 28? Yes. Is 58 at least 2 times more than 28? Is 59? Is 60 double that? Yes, double and then a little bit more. But it is 2 times that easily. And letter B, for there to be exactly 8 more than, it needs to be exactly a difference of 8. There needs to be exactly a difference of 8. So no. Because there needs to be just one difference of 8, it's very hard to do. A 1018, 2214, let's say 56 and 48. If it isn't this, if it's 57, 48, not 56 people that prefer hiking trails, then this is wrong because it needs to be exactly 8 more than. And in this one, there's a lot of numbers that fit the category of being 2 times more. And it can keep going. So this one would be the most important. And this is the end of video 1.